So over the last 3 months of training Jordan, he's lost over 12 kilos, which is flipping amazing. And seeing him so happy is awesome. I don't see is his nutrition. So I said to him, I want to see a full day of eating, but rather than me film it and watch over him, which will probably, you know, like when you're at work and your boss comes in and all of a sudden you're really good at your job, then when they leave, like, you're on Facebook. I want to see the Facebook side of things. So I said to him, for the whole day, film your meals and talk about your meals and stuff, like what's going on kind of thing. Granted, it was one of his busiest days, but I wanted to see the real shit. Because every time we ask him, we're like, hey Jordan, how's your food going? And he's like, it's calm. How calm is it? You know what to do. Smash the ting, yeah?
And also, if you're looking for good quality supplements, I got a hella discount, 35% off at My Protein. Using the discount code GAB35. All the details are in the description.
Well, that's not really the plan, is it? Is that what I gave him? That wasn't what I gave him. That was different. So first of all, that's kind of what I expected. And the reason why I didn't want to film, I wanted to see the realness. What happens when you get busy and you're just tired and blah, blah, blah. So that's what I expected to see. But at the end of the day, we're all human. So we're all gonna make mistakes. If everyone had everything down pat, it would be a very boring world. There's nothing to adjust, there's nothing to kind of get better at.
I'm going to talk about how eating can be affected, and that even though I might have a diet plan, this stuff is still way too hard for its liking. So for instance, like, I wake up every day at about 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, and sometimes I go to work at 6 o'clock in the morning or 5 o'clock in the morning while I'm training. So this can have a massive effect, especially if I'm working a 9-hour shift. I won't have enough time to work that 9-hour shift, go gym after, rest, eat my food, and then have enough energy to cook my food later. So I have to adjust. So for instance, I'll go get Subway salads, or mainly just Subway salads, and that will pretty much not get me everything that I need, but it gives me most of the things that I need. The other day I crashed. I slept went home at 4, slept until 4 o'clock the next morning, and then I'm back to training. So it doesn't really stop me from training, but like the whole eating aspect is the hardest thing I could ever possibly do, because it's a mental game as well. You simply have to say, oh yeah, I need the energy to go cook, or I need to get the energy to go eat that food. Sometimes I just don't have it. And like, as Gabriel likes to say, like, well, your macros help you with all that muscle retention and things there. And this is probably the hardest thing. Training is easy, waking up in the morning for 2 hours, but cooking and eating, that's a constant thing all day. It's not easy. That's more discipline than training.
So really, to get this side of things corrected, we first need to make sure there's a full understanding of macros. Like when I send a meal plan, which I'll show you his meal plan on the screen, it shows the total macros, it shows the macros for each meal, and you need to understand them. Just a basic understanding of the basics. Does that make sense? Third point, preparation is key. I know everyone says it, but it's a lot easier when you're prepared. This doesn't mean preparing all your meals a week ahead, 2 weeks ahead. I just spat on you. My bad. Yeah, that doesn't mean preparing your meals 5 weeks ahead and having them all in the freezer. Who wants to eat? Like, yes, you need to sometimes. But I feel like if you understand your macros more, you won't need to. Now, I don't mean going over to the other side of the spectrum where you're talking about you need to track your macros every day and put all your macros into MyFitnessPal every single. Who the Ross wants to do that? No, but who wants to do that every day? I know I don't. I know most people don't. It's kind of like you want a mixture of both worlds, right? You need to be prepared to the point where you're gonna make sure you're gonna get your meals in. But you want a little bit of leniency. So number 1 is the air fryer. Number 2 is a rice cooker. I'm talking to myself a little bit here as well, because I hate boiling rice the normal way. And you need to burn the bottom, and then the bottom is black and burnt. And why do some people call it smoky rice? It's not smoky rice, it's burnt rice. Burnt, I'm not eating that. Anyway, sorry, tangent. And then obviously the oven. All right, I'm gonna show you something. Come with me. So firstly, ignore the sound of the fish tank. Basically, the water is evaporated and blah. So that, yeah, okay. So what I'm gonna recommend now is a fairly easy way to prepare the majority of your meals. Maybe not all of your meals. You might want to have a couple which are you leave to like intuitive eating, which I'll come back to. So say, all right. So you've got chicken breasts, right? Go-to seasonings for me is to put a little bit of olive oil into a cup, chicken stock, garlic granules, peri-peri, put it in a microwave for like literally like 5 to 10 seconds. Just let the oil get a little bit hot. Stir it so it becomes a paste. Put it onto the cut up chicken with some onions, get some tomato puree, and then wrap it in foil. Now you can see how you can do this in bulk. So you have like your weighed out portion, right, of whatever your protein source is. You have your weighed out portion, and you do that to all of them and wrap each one of them in individual foil packet. When you wake up in the morning, you put those foil packets into the air fryer. Maybe there's like 3 of them. Whack some rice into your portions of rice. Maybe you've got 3 portions, so you whack all of that into the rice cooker, and then you divide it up over the day. You've got fresh meals for the day, quickly. Put the veg in with the rice, or if you wanted to put your veg in the oven, you can do. If it's a sweet potato, you just batch cook your sweet potato and that's done. All right, cool. All right, I had to come back upstairs because that noise from the fish tank was jarring me, like, unbelievably. All right, so say you have 4 meals that you're meant to be eating. You've prepared 3 of them, and then you've got one which is like an intuitive meal. Like if you wanted to go out with your friends. Because the worst thing that you can do, if you're just on a regular fitness journey, just trying to get healthier, trying to just look better, is to restrict yourself to the point where you feel like you're getting ready for a bodybuilding show. That will lead to eating disorders because you start demonizing foods. I can't eat this, I can't have that, I can't do this. But understanding the macros a bit more, you can have, like, you need to have rules in place, because otherwise with no rules, then you're just going off willy-nilly. Willy-nilly, who says that? Willy-nilly. Anyway, so if you have a really good idea of what your macros are, should be, etc., and you've created like a replacement meal, because everyone has go-to meals, right? You know them ones where you go to Nando's and you'll pick up the menu and you'll look for like 5 minutes and you're like, what should I have? Well, that looks good. Not sure. Well, that looks good. And then you order the same thing that you order every freaking time. Just know what would be your go-to on a regular basis and figure out how that matches up to the macros that you've been given. So it gives you freedom. You got preparation, but you have freedom. Otherwise you're just gonna go crazy. But that's it. Final kind of like parting tip is, don't let these influencers kind of force you into a corner where you feel like you're not doing things right. That's why in a lot of my videos I'll say, oh, my weight has stayed the same because my food hasn't been great. We're all human. We all can't be flipping robots that know every single macro all the time. Unless you're getting ready for a bodybuilding show. I'll reassure you that if you feel you're doing really badly because based on what someone else is doing, you're doing fine. As long as you can acknowledge the problem and use that to create a solution, then you're on the winning path. If If you have any tips that have worked for you, leave them in the comment section below and let's start a conversation. But anyway, don't forget to hit the like button, smash the ting, yeah? Don't forget to subscribe if you're new, hit that notification bell, leave your comments down below, and I'm out. Peace.